So I'm trying out this new lead on my GoPro Hero 4 black, although it's silver in colour. And I have one of those power banks, little €17 power bank, and a cable hooked up to it, and the battery's just in my chest pocket here, and it goes into the back of that long port on the GoPro. And so I've been out since 8 o'clock this morning. It's nearly 4 o'clock in the evening, and I haven't had to change the battery in the GoPro. Obviously you take the battery out of the GoPro and you use your power bank as your GoPro battery. So Brian normally has to wait for me to faff around all over the time, changing batteries every 30 or 40 minutes or hour or so. So I had a look at my Hero 4, and this slot at the back here, which usually takes the screen, which I don't have, we'll take a cable instead. This one here. On the other end is just a regular, oh, that's not the other end. That's the other end, a regular USB. So I can plug this other way. No, got to be careful, don't want to ruin the connections. No, it definitely is that way. Plug that into my back of my GoPro. The cable's long enough for it to go in my pocket, or it could be on the bike somewhere. And then I just use the power bank. Plug my GoPro into the power bank. Geez, fingers. Now my GoPro is powered. There's no battery in it. It lasted 10 hours powering a Hero 4 GoPro, and that was being switched on and off, you know, during that 10 hours. So all day sitting there. And this power bank, what, €17? You can't even buy a GoPro battery for €17. We're not an official one anyway. Even the cheap eBay ones are a little bit dear. So I stuck that in my pocket. Okay, so I've got a bit of a cable coming out of my GoPro, but then it just runs down my shoulder into a shoulder pocket on the jacket. So another way of doing that is if that plugs into a USB port on your bike and you want to situate it on your bike, you know, facing back and the top box and all that sort of stuff. I don't bother with all that stuff, but you know, if you wanted to, you could. So I'll never use another GoPro battery again. You leave the battery chamber empty when you're using these. In fact, it doesn't work if you have a battery in there. So you leave the battery chamber empty. Even these old GoPro 4s take a 128 gig memory card. So you stick your 128 gig card in there. One of these, which is cheap as chips for nothing, and you're set for a day or two's worth of riding without ever changing a GoPro battery or a memory card. I don't think I'll arse around with another GoPro battery again. Not that I'm doing this all the time. I only do it for a bit of a laugh. You might find this cable called a GoPro Hero battery eliminator. You can get them at various lengths. Mine's a bit long, but I mean, you can just tuck it away in your pocket. Just make sure, I think it does the Hero 3, 3 Plus and 4 black. This particular cable I have. I don't know about Hero 5s and above. I don't think they have that connection at the back, but there might be something different for that. The great bit about using this is that you still have your USB slot spare for your microphone, so you've not used that up. So if you're going to use a GoPro, you can have the wireless on the GoPro, connect your phone, so there's my phone there, give me the real-time view so I can see where my camera's pointing. So that wireless saps the GoPro battery and the phone battery, of course, running that video. So I have a powered powered tank bag, so I have my phone charging from the tank bag permanently, so my battery's permanently at 100% on the phone. My GoPro battery is GoPro Battery is in my chest pocket here, my big power bank, and I have the wireless constantly on the GoPro. So all day long and if I had a waterproof phone with a touch screen, I could switch my GoPro on and off by the touch screen. Now I have an old iPhone 6 which isn't waterproof. So it's in this waterproof casing, which does let you touch through it, but only with normal fingers, not with gloves. So this phone, if you've got a waterproof touchscreen phone, that can act as your on-off switch. You don't need to buy any GoPro remotes, and you can have a real-time view of what your camera's seeing. You can leave it on like that all the time, and if there's anything worth recording, just click the screen, hit record. In my case, as I say, because I can't touch on that, I do have to manually switch the camera on and off, but I've got used to where the on-off button is now, so it's not like I'm some professional blogger. I only muck around with it. I don't need a dedicated switch. But it's very handy. And of course, what I can do if I'm in a nice sunny warm climate and I'm riding without gloves, which I don't, but if you were, I can use my phone as my remote to start and stop my records. So if you've got a waterproof phone, you could use that if you've got those gloves with a touchpad on them. But this is just an old iPhone 6S, so I have to have that in a case, so I can't use that as an on-off switch. But it's fine. Of course, you don't need to power your phone, but your phone doing live video like this all the time, the battery will soon run down. So my phone's been doing this live video feed all day. So I can see exactly what my camera's looking at, or, you know, frame my camera, whatever. So there we have the total setup. My phone wirelessly connected to my GoPro powered by my power bank. That'll last all day. It'll last 12, 14, 24 hours actually. I only half discharged it, running it for about 10, 12 hours the other day. Stick that in my jacket pocket. Okay, I've got a little cable going down from my GoPro into my jacket, but you can hardly see it. Then I have my wireless on the GoPro all the time. That usually saps power, but I can afford to do that now. I've got a big battery connected to it. And then the wireless on my phone, that's connected directly to the GoPro, giving me a preview of what the GoPro's seeing. And I power my phone via my tank bag, or it could be any other USB port. And that keeps my GoPro going all day. And all the time I was talking about that, I didn't realise the camera's pointing sideways. That's because I'm a real pro. When won't that work? Well, of course you've got a cable on your GoPro, so it's not going to work if you're using it with a gimbal. So it only really works if you've got your GoPro on a fixed mount somewhere.